What up, what up, what up, world? It's your boy J Star back again with the Sunday night football showdown here. We're in for a freaking show for this game, man. Very defensive though. Game I feel like could be. But also just a really good game, man. Period. At the end of the day, Dallas, has been playing really good. Defense has been showing up for them very strong. San Francisco offense has been looking really good. So this is gonna be a real battle right here, man. When it comes to offensive personnels here, we're looking at Dallas running a 12 personnel versus San Francisco running a heavy 21 personnel. So two backs on the field, one tight end for the San Francisco. On the other side, we got two tight ends, one back. So both teams trying to establish the run is more their key thing to them taking any shots, at the receivers down the field. At the end of the day, both teams are only having two receivers on the field most of the time. So we're going to get into the San Francisco side first. Definitely McCaffrey is going to be in play because they are throwing to their backs as well as running with him a lot. In that 21 set that they're using their back full go. Some teams run 21 and they run with their quarterback more, or if anything. So, but this team does not. They use McCaffrey in every which way possible they can. Always have good blocking for him, with use checks being the second back that they're using. Two in that style. Besides McCaffrey, I'm looking at Ayuk being a good play here. They're playing a man style defense here. Usually they like to look for Ayuk a lot in those situations. Besides that, man, I'm thinking these two is my best plays here. Maybe if Dak is really messing up, maybe the defense is involved here though, because Dak does throw some picks and things like that. So possibly, if the 49ers defense comes into this game strong, then possibly they could be a good play. I would say, because I don't really think Purdy for this game, just because Cowboys defense is really strong there, and then Debo doesn't is not usually looked at as much as a Ayuk or somebody like McCaffrey. So I think his numbers might be a little bit lower than how he's been doing when one of these receivers has been out, of course, like that, and they just scheme up a lot of plays for him. So besides these plays here, when it comes to flex plays, definitely we're looking at a Debo. It sucks for Kittle because of the fact both of these receivers is in. But he at least has been getting, I think, consistent targets still. It hasn't been too bad. I know some of the receivers were out in one of these games right here, for sure. So I know his targets was really high there. But he go like this should have been a really good matchup for him. I know y'all know Arizona is one of the teams that we usually pick on tight ends against them too, but getting one target because Debo and both of the receivers being there, and he just goes to blocking a lot. It's going to be like a hit and miss with taking him. In this, since both of the receivers are there, I would kind of even lean to the kicker before I even take a shot at Kittle, because it would take one of those receivers to get hurt, really, for me to think Kittle is going to probably have a bigger game here. Then, besides that, this team runs 21. I already have the 49ers defense in there, which they are in play here. Looks like Elijah Mitchell is going to be out. So possibly, you can possibly say Jennings is going to be in play. When they do run a 11 set, he gets in the game, so you can say that. But it's more of a, where is he at? Use check is always going to be that little sneaky play possible because they run that 21. He's always in basically. Then, as that fullback position, and they kind of use him as their tight end too. He comes out the backfield. They'll target him down the field and things like that. So, Ronnie Bell, he got in and got a touchdown that one game when one of the receivers was out. At least they did target him still. So, one time at least. So possibly, he might be able to sneak out. Should be a tough defensive matchup. So maybe they will have to use him, in there to throw off, the Cowboys defense a little bit. So I could see him being in there too. Besides that, though, that's about it for that side. When it comes to the Cowboys side over here, we're looking at a team that's playing 12. And to me, let's get all the way to the top here. We got Lamb is probably going to be the best play here to me. 49ers are giving up points at wide receiver. And it's the fact that Lamb doesn't have to match up with none of their best cornerbacks here since he's in the slot, holding down that area. And they look for him heavily against zone or man too. So I definitely think he's going to have multiple opportunities there. I mean, they are trying to run. This has been a hard team to run against. But since that's how the Cowboys still play, I'm going to definitely say Pollard is going to be in play here still, because they are actually targeting him too as well with some targets too there. But they're leaning on him heavily with the run. And I don't see them really going away from that. Besides that, though, man, I'm really looking at looks like I think Dak could be in play because if somehow Lamb and him is connecting, possibly he ends up rushing in a touchdown too. He always has that ability to do something like that, but definitely when him and Lamb is on point, he's possibly having a really good game. So gotta say Dak could definitely be in there at captain too. Besides that, when we're looking at flex options here though, we're definitely looking at Ferguson because they run a lot of 12 here, so double tight end sets, and they've been actually going to Ferguson a lot. Consistent good 7 targets there, so he's been like at double digit points too, which is good to see. Besides that, they haven't really got Brandon Cooks connection yet, but he's not really in when they're doing that 12. They're still sticking with CeeDee Lamb and Gallup. So I mean, you can definitely take some shots. It's gonna be like I would say like on film, they probably haven't seen enough with Brandon Cooks. So if they decide to use him instead, maybe they run a little 11 a little bit, and then he definitely will be in play for maybe a deep shot catch or something like that. Other than that, I'm looking at Cowboys defense definitely being in play. I saw some Tolbert also being somebody they like to go to against zone style defenses. So definitely could say Tolbert could be in play. What's going on with Turpin though lately? Let's see. Not really using him that much. But we know he's a speedster, and they could try to do a rush attempt or something like that with him. So he's always kind of going to be in play with that speed. And also, since he's the kick returner, he could be in play because of that too as well. But since we kind of went through all the plays there, I could have said too, what was it, Aubrey or whatever, the kicker. Been putting up really good consistent points. So definitely, he's going to be in play too. This might be a lineup where 2 kickers is in it too, since their kickers have been scoring a lot of points. Both of these teams willing to take that field goal if they have to. So what I'm looking at here though, when I'm making this lineup, to me, I just feel like Pollard is in a really good. I mean, not Pollard, but Lamb is in a really good spot to be captain here, man. I just feel like the targets, playing a man style defense. He really does good against man style defenses. Like the Jets here is a man style defense. He did really good, got a lot of targets. I don't know. Well, the Giants, we know exactly what happened there. They blew out. He probably would have killed them though, because that's another man style defense there. Did decent against New England here. But they was blowing out once again. So it's been, this is probably the first time, because there's none of these games have really been competitive. So this will probably be the first time we're in a very competitive game, and he's able to get somewhere near another 13 something targets. We already saw what Puka was able to do to the 49ers, playing in the slot and just attacking the middle of the field, and he went off. So if Dallas could try to watch some of that film and do some of the stuff like that with Lamb, I think he's going to be really good for possibly a good 28 points here fantasy. So I'm got to roll with Dak there to stack that 2 together here. Man, this is really hard here because I feel like McCaffrey's going to have a hard time, but the only thing is just the volume he gets is so hard to go away from him at all. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take McCaffrey here just because of that high volume and just the targets and everything like that. I got to go with Ferguson here, man, because that 12 set, they're using him a lot. He's been doing really good. I think I'm going to go with one of the kickers here, though, which I'm probably going to lean to San Francisco's kicking here. And let's see. What is that? Oh, wow. That actually puts me right at the other kicker for Dallas. And I said this could be a double kicking lineup here. If not, I don't mind taking one of the defenses period here in this lineup. But I'm gonna go with the double kicker, just like I said. I didn't even know it was gonna come to that. That's crazy. We ended up getting there anyways. But yeah, it looks like the way these kickers are playing, man, they're putting up crazy points. They're putting up player points. So might as well have both of them. So I think a lineup like this could definitely hit. We haven't seen a two kickers in a lineup yet anyway, so this could be the first time and a perfect time for it to happen too as well. So that's it, man. For the Sunday night showdown lineup there. I hope this helps y'all win some big money cash on this, huge night, man. A huge game and everything. Should be a very exciting game. It's your boy J Star, and I'm out. Peace, y'all.